U.S. cases of COVID-19 have dropped 50% over the last 2 weeks. This is a welcome headline after the Omicron variant caught the U.S. off guard and unprepared. As recently as 2 weeks ago, the lines to get tested wrapped around city blocks as Americans tried desperately to get a hold of tests that were in very short supply. Quest Diagnostics, the global leader in lab testing, coming out with its fourth quarter earnings today, beat Wall Street estimates and announced a surprise 6.5% boost to its quarterly dividend. The testing giant continues to play a critical role in the country's COVID-19 response by providing COVID-19 test results. And now it's taking a bigger step. Customer-initiated lab testing for all sorts of issues. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive, Steve Rusckowski, the CEO, now soon to be executive chairman. Let's tackle Quest's role, Steve, in the war against COVID. How much of your revenue this time around can you attribute to the latest COVID wave?
Well, Liz, thanks for having us. And it's been an interesting 2 years. We've been hard at work doing all the testing we can for this pandemic. And in 2021, we actually expected that our COVID testing would go down. But as you know, with the fall wave and then with the Omicron recent wave in 2021, we actually did about as much testing last year as we did in 2020. So about $2.7 billion. And that's of the total $10.8 billion we recorded for Quest last year.
Well, the pandemic wave, we hope and we start to see may be subsiding just a bit. How long do you ride that, and have you modeled for when this is over?
Oh, sure. We've been watching what's happening, what is happening with our base business for the last 2 years. And Liz, as we entered the pandemic, our base business dropped considerably, given all docs' offices were closed and most of the hospitals were only seeing COVID patients. But it came back up in the back half of 2020 and it continued to build throughout 21. And we've exited last year with our business back to pre-pandemic levels, our base business. And at the same time, we're delivering on the COVID testing I just mentioned. So we do expect as we go through this year that COVID testing will go down and our base business will continue to grow like we have seen last year.
You would think, okay, yes, it'll eventually go. But now that we're thinking about it, Omicron is certainly not the last variant to hit this world. So, what can you expect from the future as you have the experts at Quest Diagnostics looking at the worst case scenarios?
Yeah, we believe that, with this variant, we're hopeful that, as we saw last year, it'll start to decrease. And we're hopeful that as we enter 2022, we will start to realize that we need to manage this with testing and other therapies and other approaches to managing the virus going forward. And we actually believe we can play a broader role in that with our serology testing, where we can test for the antibodies and test for the presence of the spike protein to really start to look at a person's level of protection against the virus going forward. So we do see ourselves having COVID testing with us for the remainder of 22, and it's going to be with us as a permanent part of our portfolio, we believe, going forward, much in the same way that we test for flu or other viruses that we do today.
Well, let's get to that. As you mentioned, so many doctors' offices closed at the start of the lockdowns, and still, there's an entire segment of the population that has been dying to get tests for things that are other than COVID. Now you've struck this new partnership, and I find this fascinating. It's called Quest Direct. And here, more than 50 types of tests for conditions ranging from heart issues to sexually transmitted diseases. A customer can go on the Walmart site and order up some of these tests, choose from a list of 50, and basically take control of their own testing?
Yeah, it's been a fabulous outcome of the pandemic, if you will, for people to realize that in order for them to keep track of what's going on in their health, they can actually engage with us directly. And so, Liz, we brought up a product called Quest Direct, as you mentioned, a few years ago, and we now make available all types of tests, which include some of the basic tests. If you're looking to see what's happening with your cholesterol, we'll do your lipid panel and all the tests that you mentioned. But at the same time, on that same platform, we put COVID testing as well. So what it allows is us to partner up with Walmart, and we utilize their front end and their capability of reaching so many customers throughout the United States, and offer to those customers the ability for fast, convenient testing with Quest Diagnostics.
Aside from the fact, and I think about this, that this empowers people to take control of their own health care, you do have insurance companies begging doctors to order fewer tests. And listen, I know this. My dad was a doctor, and he had a lot of patients who were slightly hypochondriacal, and they wanted test. Insurance companies were balking at certain points. How do you make sure that people actually need the test, or do you? Or people can just go on and do cafeteria style and check it off, like sushi orders or something?
Yeah, well, with consumer addiction testing, there's two parts of that. One is there's people that do get routine testing, and they want to just ensure they're within range. An example of that is when you're on a statin for cholesterol, you might want to see if the statin is still making a difference in keeping you range. And people want to be more secure that, in fact, it is still working, so they want to conveniently get that done. But also, we do understand that there is advantages of connecting consumers to physicians. So part of our service, Liz, is if the consumer actually wants to speak with a physician and get some advice, we'll connect them online with a physician to actually consult with them about what they learned from their testing.
Well, I love this because it's hard sometimes to get even in to see a doctor who will then write the order for the test, and it's a whole issue. So I applaud this effort with Walmart. Thank you so much, Steve, and good luck to you and Quest Diagnostics. Shares are up about 1/3% right now.
Thanks, Liz. Appreciate it.